Hello everyone, welcome to the Geekdom, the place where we Outcast come to talk about the things we love, and today we're talking Deadpool and Wolverine. I have been so excited for this movie, specifically just to see Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine in that awesome yellow costume we've seen in the trailers. Now, obviously, at the time of this recording, the film is not yet out. So, I can't go too crazy into detail on where they get costumes, or why he's wearing the yellow suit, or anything to do with the film. I'm probably going to make another video because the amount of cameos and stuff we're going to get in this movie, there's going to be another Deadpool and Wolverine video. I'm going to love it, I'm sure of it. So this is just sort of a preemptor. This is a woohoo, let's celebrate such an amazing film coming out. So we've got two figures for you again today. We've got Deadpool and, surprisingly, Wolverine. We're going to start with Deadpool, seeing as he is the titular character. I love this guy. I put an absolute shift in on this. I did a bunch of retooling and stuff, and I've got to say, just off the bat, this is the best Deadpool suit so far. Right, I know some people don't like the brighter red. I love it. I think it's perfect. I love it. Ryan Reynolds, you're a king. Also hit me up. I love you. So, right, top to bottom, we've got a brand new mask. I was having a look at the old Deadpool minifigure, the one from eons ago that came in like the Magneto helicopter thing. I hated the mask, it sucked, but then I saw the Comic-Con cowboy one and I was like, hang on, we can do some magic with this, right? So the lenses, way cooler, right? I had to retool them, obviously, to make them fit the actual look of the now MCU Deadpool mask, but that sort of like squint and the reflection and stuff, all credit goes to whoever made that figure for Comic-Con. The eyes themselves are actually outlined by a darker red, as well as that seam line going around the top and under the bottom as well. I'm not sure how well that's going to pick up on the video, but it is there. He's got a brand new backpack piece. I know what you're probably thinking, it doesn't look like a brand new piece, but it is, I assure you, it's a combination of two different backpack pieces to create those swords. And the sword accessories themselves are in a really nice chrome, which I think looks really nice. Obviously, would I have preferred it to have the handles in black like they are in the film? Yes, but we've got to work with what Lego would do. And I just don't think that they dual mold swords specifically for one minifigure. So, we've gone full chrome. Now the torso is the pièce de résistance, right? I love it. It's beautiful. I didn't want to go for a printed on belt look. Deadpool, he has all these sort of pouches and belts and stuff. I really wanted to make something really stand out. So there's no printed belt for the torso. But he's got that really cool Deadpool suit texture underneath. Obviously, it's all brand new for the movie. He's got these little latch things across the center of his chest there, which were the first thing I noticed. I thought they were the most, like, standout bit of a new suit, because it's very different from the suits we've got before. Obviously, we've got that sort of classic comic book Deadpool, where all the black portions are. That's very comic book. I just love the, like, fresh take that we're getting in this new film. He's obviously got that massive bandolier as well. I actually don't know what that's for. Is that to hold the swords on his back? I think so. But yeah, he's got that shoulder armor up top where the pouch attaches to the back. And then it's just a bunch of gold buckles, little bits of weathering here and there in that nice grey colour. I just think the red really pops on this guy, and I love the way the torsos come out. But the thing that I think really makes the torso pop is the belt. We've got a brand new belt piece, because I love what they did for the Lego Batman movie when they made all those new belt pieces. I thought it was awesome. I want to start doing more of these. So his belt, obviously, the thing you're going to notice first, Deadpool logo. Looks awesome on here. It's very basic. It's just kind of like a circle with his logo slapped on it. But we've also got these really nice gold highlights on the figure as well, which I think looks really nice on the belt. Would we ever get printing on a belt? I don't know. I think if we were ever going to get something like this, we'd have the Deadpool logo and that's it. But I figured if I'm slapping the Deadpool logo on there, I might as well give it some gold highlights as well. Hips, basic as hell. We've just got two black portions on the side. Nothing too special there. The legs, though, they're pretty cool. I quite like them. I like the sort of like armored look that we're getting from Deadpool at the minute. I think it looks really cool. Ralph, I have no idea if I've been saying Daredevil this whole time. I don't think I have. I've been saying Deadpool. I've been saying Deadpool. Anyway. I love this sort of armored look they're going for with Deadpool at the minute. I think it looks a lot cooler than like comic book ones when it's all just kind of like cloth, which is wild for me because I love the cloth looks in comics. But I love this. It really makes him look like an armed mercenary. Obviously on his legs, he's got those straps, those pouches. He's got gun holsters on either side of his legs. And obviously he's got those sort of armoured shin guards and stuff, and knee pads as well. He's got some big black boots as well, with just some little lines along the toes and stuff for a bit of detailing. Now the arms, I thought were going to be way more detailed. I had a look at the costume things. For some reason, it was some sort of Mandela effect. I thought the arms were like covered in buckles and all sorts. They're really not. So he's just got his shoulder armour there. Pretty standard stuff, and he's got like a strap along both arms, and then he's got some black cuffs as well with a little silver diamond shaped thing, which is, I'm assuming, like a cufflink, like a buckle, something to hold the suit together. He's got his hands in black as well, which, you know, pretty bog standard, and he also comes with a set of gold pistols and black pistols, whatever your preference is. In a lot of the trailer shots, he's using these sort of gold pistols, but in previous movies, you know, he's used the black ones. So I just wanted to add both in there, just in case what we're seeing in the trailers isn't fully accurate. Next up is the main reason I'm excited for this movie, and that is Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Now, this isn't the same Wolverine as it is in Logan. This is a whole new alternate universe Wolverine, but I love the look of this guy. One of the best comic book suits we've ever gotten. Period. It's so good. I love it. I had to make a figure. We'll go top to bottom as per. Brand new hairpiece. I do not know how to describe this hairpiece to you because it is crazy. I was looking at all of his hair. It's just all over the place. I had to just wham a bunch of hairpieces together and hope for something crazy looking, and it has turned out exactly how I wanted it to. He's got a new face print as well. He's got sort of like those really classic mutton chops. As well as sort of like a Lex Luthor sort of vibe around the eyes and the face wrinkles and stuff, which I think looks really cool. Before you say anything, if you've gone and watched the movie and now you're clicking on the video, we know he's going to have the mask. We know he's going to have the Wolverine mask. But all I've got is some crummy pictures from a promotional popcorn bucket. I'm not making a Wolverine mask for a first ever live action Wolverine with the mask on and it be shit. No thank you. No. I'm going to wait until the movie comes out because I want to do a sleeveless Wolverine anyway, so I'll make a mask for that Wolverine. So, calm yourselves. Calm yourselves. I guess you'll just have to subscribe and come back later to see what that helmet would look like. Little button down there. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked, okay? Shoulder pads. Shoulder pads look great. You know, Wolverine's always had shoulder pads. It just looks right. You know, it just works. It works for the character, and I had to make some custom ones. It was a pain in the arse. I'm fuming, right? But they look great, okay? They look great. I was going to give him the ones I gave my X-Men 97 Wolverine. Just looked really derpy. It looked really derpy. It sucked, so I had to make new ones. They're a lot bulkier. I like that. It's more armoured. It's more like what we've seen in the trailers so far. The torso looks great. I love it. The suit, I love it so much. I really want to cosplay this guy. It looks so cool. A really, really lovely take on the Wolverine costume in live action. Obviously, they have MCU-ified it a little bit with all the armor and the buckles and stuff, but I've got to say, this is one time where I think they've done a brilliant, brilliant job with it. Looks amazing. I love all the blue, all the different versions of yellow on the suit. I've done a lot of like all the ab creases and stuff are in a darker yellow, and it's difficult to see, but I really like that because it just looks like creases in the armor, which I think looks really cool. He's obviously got outlining all over, you know, for those pecs and for his like ab cage and stuff. And he's got that belt with the X on it as well, so it's fully established. You know, the X-Men are there. The X-Men died. We saw that in the trailer. So I'm assuming that that means that this is definitely his suit from when he was in the X-Men, which is really cool. I'm glad we're seeing that. I have heard that we may be seeing a Jim Lee live-action Cyclops. If we see a comic-accurate Jim Lee suit, Cyclops, it will be the highlight of my life. Because it's the best superhero X-Men suit. It's the best X-Men costume, and I will fight anyone who disagrees with me on that. Hips. Boring again. We've just got those little bits of blue, and then we've got some lining that go down onto the pants. And speaking of, they are symmetrical. Can I just say, I love his suit because it's so symmetrical. It made my life so much easier when designing this suit. It took like a quarter of the time that Deadpool took. So, yes, thank you, costume designers over at Marvel. Anyway, his legs, it's just a lot of piping, really. We've got those blue it's almost like segmented. It's not a full straight thing. It's got blocks in it at kind of like the knee area, which I think looks cool. But other than that, it's just piping. We've got knee pads, you know, in case he needs to do any superhero landings. Got to have a knee pad in there. And they're very basic. It's just a bunch of line work, some bolts here and there, and a little bit of blue. A lot of this is just kind of like your bog standard superhero stuff, but it's done so well. I mean, I've done so many sets of knee pads and boots and whatever for all of my superhero minifigures, but I've got to say that this suit, just seeing it made out of Lego just looks right. I really hope, even though we won't because it's like an 18 or whatever, R-rated, give us something Lego. Give us something Deadpool-y soon, because it would, you know, it's like you're printing money that way. Just give us something. Now the arms, right? Because I did the shoulder pads, I didn't have to print any arms on. So he's obviously got his wrist braces with some like gold lining on there, which I didn't notice until after I'd done a few renders. So I had to go back, change it, re-render, nightmare. So he does have gold on his wrists, which I think looks very, very cool. And other than that, it's just some like dark, like yellow, like maybe it's sort of orangey piping on his arm. But what I did do, because I saw that the inside of the arms are this dark blue, I've printed the arm detail on blue arms. So the rest of the figure, all the stuff is printed on like a yellow plastic, but the arms themselves are printed on blue, because that way you've got the kind of like the difference between the inside of the arm and the outside, which I think looks really cool. Now Wolverine isn't Wolverine without the adamantium claws, so I've given him his classic Lego claw pieces, but in chrome. Looks great. Lego, can you start giving us some more chrome pieces, please? I know it's more expensive, but it looks awesome. Well, anyway, that is the two figures for today. But, as I've started doing recently, we've got a render for you. This is my favourite shot from the trailer. Obviously not entirely accurate, as Wolverine has his sleeves on here. Maybe I'll just have to recreate it one day. Once again, subscribe. But this is that shot of them like walking away from the like blowing up and the explosion and all of that from the trailer. Which I think looks really, really cool. As always, all my images and stuff get posted up on the Instagram, which is in the description, so go give that a follow. That would mean a great deal. And while you're there, there's a TikTok as well. More hilarity from the geekdom. And I do hope you enjoy Deadpool and Wolverine. Please tell me how much you loved it in the comments down below. I'm sure we're all going to adore it. Just let me know down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I will see you next time.